A boy goes ahead of his sister to go see the circus and a certain girl. As he enters a massive tent, his friends calls out to him. He sits as the ringmaster begins the show. The opening performance is clown acrobatics. 3 clowns balance on top of balls. The audience cheers as it is their first time seeing a clown, when unexpectedly, a clown fell onto the ground. The crowd erupts with laughter, but the laughter turned into silence as the clown never stood up again. Furthermore, he was dragged backstage by 2 other clowns, leaving the audience confused. But the confusion was cut short by the ringmaster himself as he switches things up with a new performance. This time, by a tightrope walk by the pride of the circus, Lelia, who was also one of the reasons why the boys wanted to go to the circus. An unfamiliar girl, pale skin, lightly tinted with pink, and a very pretty face. She captivated the whole audience, almost as if she was the only reason they went to see the circus. As she finishes her performance, the people applaud, and the following act commences. Stacked tightrope walking. The stack moves forward, and the crowd notices how the hands gripping the pole was shivering. And as they take another step, 3 people fell, undoubtedly dead. The crowd was visibly worried, but the clowns once more dragged the bodies back together.
Do not worry, everyone. Luckily, they only fell into the floor and not into the sea, or else they would have drowned and became shark feed.
The ringmaster says. The boy looks up to where Lelia was, and he saw her weeping. Meanwhile, the boy's sister finally reached the tent, but has no way to enter it. Instead, she went underneath to slip inside the tent, where she unintentionally eavesdropped on circus performers. Dead, all of them, and on the first day too. One says that if they made any careless moves, they would end up the same. The one named Joe is confident about his skills, unlike the idiots who are only after Lelia, and knows nothing about circus acts. Lelia is only for Joe. In time would have it, it is now his turn to perform. Knife throwing Joe, leaving the audience in suspense. Joe throws his knives at his partner, one after another, not missing a single one. He looks back to the ringmaster, flaunting his skills to the ringmaster's dismay. The ringmaster taunts him as he points to the box of knives. Irritated, Joe throws another knife, only for it to fly far away from his target. Another taunt. Fuming, Joe throws another knife. This time, straight at his partner. Another clown enters to retrieve the body. As the audience is left in shock, Joe's act is over. However, he pleads to perform one more time. He turns to the crowd and announces his performance called Gravity Theorem, to which the ringmaster repeats as Joe starts to lie under the ground. He throws his knife up into the air, and it falls down beside his face. The audience cheers as another knife is thrown into the air. This time, it lands onto his chest. Boys in the crowd started to question the performances of the circus itself, when one after another, performances began and ended. in tragedy. A fire breather burned to death. The human rocket exploded into casualties, and the lion tamer eaten by the lion. The entire crowd was filled with horror. With no time to rest, the final act begins. Trapeze with Lelia and Mario. But before the act begins, Lelia cries out to Mario. They didn't have to do this. They were all tricked. The ringmaster is not a human, and Mario will die if they continue the performance. Mario, however, is confident that he will succeed and assures Lelia that he will not fail. And as he starts to swing, the cord snaps, and down to the floor he goes. The ringmaster cries as he addressed the audience. Several members have passed on due to consecutive accidents, and all that is left is the ringmaster, a clown, and a heartbroken Lelia. Here, just a crowd. Please have a heart and save us. Is there anyone in the crowd willing to join our circus? As long as you have the talent, you can have Lelia as your bride. And during the ringmaster's speech, the clown calls on to Lelia, convincing her to escape while the chief is distracted. But the knife that Joe threw earlier came loose, and it fell straight onto the clown. Lelia calls on to God to help her, as the audience are contemplating their decision. So, what's your decision?